Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I went to Chipinge. When I went to Chipinge, this was in the year 2012. I was still a young man at that time. When I went to Chipinge, it was not because I knew or I had a relationship with that traditional healer who ended up assisting me and giving me this topology that I have. No, what happened was that at that time in our area there was this other community project, and as the youth of the community that were unemployed, we will go around helping the city council to clean and to cut the grass. So what we were doing, it was more like food for work. So we would be picked up and then we would go and we would work to different areas. There was this other day when we went to Norton, and when we went to Norton, that was when I started working close to this other property. And then the owner of that property, who was an older lady, she came and she just looked at me and she walked towards the place where I was working, and she said that she saw that I was a hard worker and she wanted to have my phone numbers so that later on I can come and I can work for her. I then told her that I did not even have a phone, and she told me that it was okay. The following week, on the same day, I was supposed to come because she wanted to give me a piece job. So I returned back home, and the following week I returned back to her place, and she found me waiting for her. And when she found me waiting for her, that was when she told me to jump into her car. She then took me to her beautiful house, which was in Borodale. We went there, I worked, and then she was treating me like really nice. She then gave me a phone and she said that she will communicate with me whenever she wanted. So this woman would call me even late at night, like she just wanted to check up on me if I would be talking with someone. And then when she found out that I was single, she did not have any issues at all with me. She told me that her husband had passed away a long time ago and now she wanted a partner, but she said that she just wanted a sex partner, not like a serious partner. It was fine by me because this lady, she was rich and I wanted to chop her money. And then she started coming and picking me up, and she would take me to her house. And then I started staying with her, but she did not want her children in Europe to know that this is what we were now doing. So at that time, when I was now staying with her, each and every night when we will go to bed and we'll be sharing the same bed, and she'll be avoiding to have sexual intercourse with me, we will touch each other. This was for almost 5 days until I complained and I said, it is fine, I can see that you do not want to sleep with me, and it is far much better that I just move out. And then she got angry with me and she said that if you sleep with me, once you penetrate me, she then confessed to me and she said that her husband, when he was still alive, the husband knew a lot of traditional healers and he had used some charms on her such that if she would sleep with any man, then that man will immediately die. She had once dated this other guy soon after the passing away of her husband, and unfortunately the guy had passed away. So she said that we had to find a solution. So I would go around asking people if there was anyone who could assist me to have this thing removed from her. And then one day she told me that she had found someone who could assist us, so we had to drive to Chipinge. We drove to Chipinge, and when we went there, indeed the traditional healer told us that this woman that I was dating, she had what we called in Shona Rukau, an African central locking system, such that if you place it on your wife, if your wife cheats on you, then the man that she would have cheated with will immediately die. So then she said that this type of a charm, once the husband has died, then it is supposed to expire. But in her case, she said that the traditional healer who had locked her system was a very powerful one. So any man that will try to sleep with her, that man will die. He then looked at me and he said that the solution was with me. The solution was for me to be given a snake, meaning that I was going to be given a tokoloshi. This snake, it will protect me, and each and every time when I'll be sleeping with this man, each and every time when I'll be sleeping with this woman, the snake, it will come out of my stomach, and then it will wrap itself around my manhood so as to protect me from this central locking system. So there were rituals that were done, and I was given that tokoloshi after I had accepted the snake. Then me and this woman, we returned back home and we slept together. On the night when we were about to sleep with each other, before I had penetrated her, that was when I saw a snake coming out of my stomach, and this snake, it wrapped itself around my manhood so that the locking system that was on a private part will not affect me. We stayed like that until this was in 2014. When it was in 2014, that was when she told me that she wanted to travel to the UK so that she can be with her kids. So she told me that this was not on a permanent basis, and then Brother Nashi, she gave me some money. So the money that she left, and she told me that I was supposed to find some temporary accommodation. Lucky enough, I did not spend it, because I just went to that same traditional healer after I had heard this woman. One day she called me that she was no longer coming back to Zim, and my heart was broken. So I returned back to Chipinge, and I told that traditional healer, and I told him that I wanted him to take this snake from me since this woman was no longer in Zim. The traditional healer then told me that there was a big problem for this snake. It was now in my blood. I was the snake and the snake was me, and I needed to work with the snake. Whatever that it wanted, it was going to do using my blood. So then he called the snake, and the snake spoke whilst everything was being written down. Then after that, that was when the snake was changed, the way that it operates. Yes, it still does wrap itself around my manhood, but now it gives me money. Like each and every week, this snake, it gives me at least $1,000. It vomits the money. But since that time until now, like since 2014, each and every week I have to sleep with 3 different women, and I see 3 different women each and every week. The moment that I'll be sleeping with them, this snake, it comes and it will start to lick. There's that fluid that comes out of a woman's private part, so it licks that fluid. And I have been doing this since 2014. Brother Nashi, this is my own story. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother right there. So our dear brother, he was saying that since 2014, the number of women that he has slept with, it is almost 1,569 women, sleeping with 3 women each and every week. And whenever he sleeps with a woman, he is not supposed to sleep with that same woman again. So he was saying that now it is quite easy because of social media. He is able to get into these groups, hookup groups. Then he can get like a girlfriend, 3 girlfriends each and every week. Then he goes and gives them a lot of money and he sleeps with them. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.